Hey guys, so what's up? Welcome to a vlog. Today is Tuesday, February 12th. I thought I would put together my little February vlog. I've been saying that I want to try to vlog once a month, every month throughout this year. So if you missed January's vlog, I can link it down below. But I am going to start working on another vlog because we actually leave tomorrow for vacation. So I thought I could show you guys a little bit of what I'm going to pack with me, and then maybe, you know, share a little bit from our trip. I don't know how much I'll share. I'm not really like a vlogger anyways. And you know, my friends and my husband also are kind of private people and they're not on social media a ton, so you know, it's not really fair to them to just be like splashing them all over the internet. But I'll probably share some things. I'm gonna miss my dog so much. I'm really excited. So yeah, if I didn't say, we leave tomorrow morning. We're going to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic, which I'm very excited about. We're just traveling with another couple, our best friends that we tried to do like an annual birthday trip. I'm really excited. We leave tomorrow. Our flight is at 5:40 a.m., which means we board at 5 a.m., which means we have to be to the airport really early. So I'm actually just getting ready to finish packing up here, and then we have to clean the house because, you know, our house is for sale, so we might have showings while we're gone. We're gonna pack and then clean, and then we're actually gonna go stay at our friend's house tonight just because we'll be up so early in the morning, and then the four of us will go to the airport together. Our friends that we're traveling with, their names are Matt and Shannon, and Matt's brother is actually going to be watching all of our dogs for us. Matt and Shannon have 2 dogs, so he's going to be watching our dogs for us while we're gone. He's actually living with them because he goes to college in this area, so he moved here a couple months ago, so he lives with them. So the dogs get to stay at the house, which is nice. And you know, Aries knows Michael, and of course she knows their dogs, and they're together all the time. A lot of times if we ever have to board them, we actually board them all together anyways. But it's really nice that they'll be able to be at a house that they're familiar with and all of that. So yeah, so we have that all lined up, and we come back on Monday. So we don't get in until really late at night, which is fine with me, which means we get to stay, you know, we don't have to be so rushed in the morning leaving and stuff. You got something in your eye? Oh, okay, I got it. I got it, don't worry. So this is my makeup bag. I did post a video last year of like what's in my makeup and skincare travel bag. So I can list that down below if you'd be interested in seeing it. This is still the same bag. This is from Flower Beauty. I think this is available on their website still, so if I can find it, I can link it down below. But I just kind of have it divided up. I do like my face products over here, I do like eye products over here, and lip products in here. So this is what I have so far. I'm going to be bringing the Smashbox Cali contour palette, and I'm bringing this. I would like the mirror in it, but it has a contour, a bronzer, a setting powder, highlights, and a blush. So there's just so many different products, and it's really like compact and really travel friendly. So I'm bringing that one. I'm of course bringing the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow face primer because it's my fave, and I'm not really planning on wearing a ton of makeup. Like I still feel like I packed a lot, but like I don't know how much makeup I'll be wearing. Like I just kind of want to give my skin a break too. I did pack this CC Cream. I've never tried this, so this is kind of like a ballsy move here, but this is from Erborian. It's their CC cream, and it says it's a high definition radiance face cream. So I did swatch it like on my hand and stuff, but I can't find my BB creams, which is kind of bothering me because I wanted to bring just a BB cream, but I figured a CC cream would work, and I like that it says it's more like illuminating, so hopefully that will be okay. I did also grab out my Dior Backstage Face and Body. This is the only foundation. I grabbed it because it is a plastic bottle, so I don't have to worry about the glass and all of that. But also it's more of a lighter coverage, which again, I don't really plan on wearing foundation. Like maybe if we do like a nice dinner one night, maybe I'll do foundation, but I plan on being in the water a ton. So I just don't really want to wear a lot of makeup, but you know, just in case I feel crazy, I at least have an option in here. I did grab out my Natasha Denona Blush and Glow Duo for the glowy blush, and the highlight in here. This is in my February Shop to My Stash, so I grabbed that. And then I also have from Too Faced, this has a bronzer and a highlight in here. So I have a couple different options mixed in with that Cali contour palette. And then I figured these are both small. You know, one gives me a blush, one gives me a bronzer, and then I have some highlight options in here too. So they've got those. And then I chose out the All Nighter powder from Urban Decay because it's good for like waterproof. And I do like this powder. I thought that would be a good one for this trip. And then I did grab out my Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. This is just so, I really enjoy traveling with this. It just makes my skin look so nice and hydrated and all of that. And it is in my 9 in 2019 Project Pan. But those are kind of the different face products that I packed up. And then, oh, I also do have a concealer. I have my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer that's coming with me. I do have a couple items put aside that I want to put into my carry-on bag. This is all going to go in the checked bag, so I have a couple things pulled aside for my carry-on, and that includes concealer because, like, we need to be to the airport really early. Like, I want my concealer with me. So I'm bringing my Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves eyeshadow palette. This is probably my most traveled with palette. I just enjoy it so much. Very travel friendly. And then I'm also bringing the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I brought this on our Vegas trip when I went out there for a bachelorette party earlier in the year, and I really liked it. Obviously, you have so many different options, but I really do like this mirror. The Cali Contour has a nice mirror, but this is going to be my biggest mirror by far. And, you know, I'm not packing any other individual mirrors, so I'm not sure, like, what our room situation will look like and whatnot, but I really do like this for the mirror. And then obviously so many different shade options, and that's what I packed for eyeshadows. I also did throw a glitter in here. This is from Urban Decay, one of their heavy metal glitters. This is in Grind. Sometimes I just like a really easy look and then just top it with some glitter. I'm just weird like that, so I just really wanted a glitter. I also do have 2 mascaras. I packed up my 2 minis, and these are 2 of my favorites. I have the Milk Kush mascara and then also the Caution mascara from Hourglass. I have 2 different brow pencils in here. I have the Precisely My Brow and the Goof Proof, both from Benefit. These 2 just never let me down. The Goof Proof can be just a little bit quicker. The Precisely My Brow obviously gives me a little bit more precise brow, so it kind of will just depend. But I don't know, honestly, if I'll be doing my brows a ton, but just in case, you know, I thought I'd grab it. I grabbed out 2 eyeliners from Milk Makeup. I really do like eyeliners, so I grabbed out a nude in BCC and then also a brown in CEO. I think those will be 2 good options. And then I do also have my all-nighter spray from Urban Decay. Definitely wanted to bring a setting spray as well, again, in case we do something nice at night and I have makeup on and I wanted to stay in place and like the heat and such. I did want to pack in a good setting spray. So that is what I am packing for eyes. And then for lips, I do have my ColourPop Oh Snap lip liner, definitely bringing that. Also my NARS Afterglow lip balm. I just wanted a nice lip balm. I have like a lip treatment in my skincare bag, but just a nice lip balm I thought would be really important. So those are actually gonna go in my carry-on with me. And then in here I have Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, of course, Dose of Colors Truffle, of course, the Marc Jacobs Mocha Chocolate, obviously. I did pack my Bite Beauty Honeycomb. I just really like this guy, and it's small, and I feel like I'm packing a lot of lip options, but you know what? That's who I am. Like, what can I do about it? And I also, this is super random, but I packed a Holy Grail from Persona. I really wanted to grab a red lipstick because I see so many cute photos of people on vacation with, like, you know, their sunnies on and in their swimsuits and in the sun, but then they got this, like, oh shoot, and then they have this, like, pop-in red lip on and probably like no other makeup, like it's probably just for Instagram, but I'm like, you know what, I can do it for the gram. So I really wanted a red lipstick, and maybe I'll take that vacation shot. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. But that is what is in my makeup bag. I do have my brushes. I don't know if it'd be super interesting to run through brushes, but this is that Morphe case when Jaclyn Hill did her collab. I really do like to travel with it because it's like really sturdy. A couple of sponges in here, and then honestly, a lot of my favorite brushes that you've seen me mention time and time again, and I just did do a favorite brushes video, so I can link that, but my face and my eye brushes are all in here. So those are my brushes. And then moving over to my skincare bag, I really like this bag. What am I doing, Samantha? I really like this bag. I just got it recently from Pixi, and I thought it was the perfect little travel bag. And then it also has the hook, so I can like hook it on something. So I think that's really cool. So in this little compartment here, I have like my floss and my toothbrush, my toothpaste. I have like some cotton rounds in here as well. And then I kind of have it divided up too into like AM and PM is kind of what I was doing. And then I do have some hair stuff in here too. I have my Olay dry cloths in here. You get them wet, they can take your makeup off, clean your skin. I do also have the Patchology makeup wipes in here to remove makeup and clean my face. I definitely wanted to pack some sheet masks and some eye masks. They're all from Patchology. I have Hydrate, Illuminate, and then also the eye patches as well, just to, you know, try to help keep my skin in check, especially with like flying and such. I always like to take sheet masks with me. I do have from Pixi, this is the Glow Tonic. This is a favorite of mine, so I really wanted to bring this. And I also grabbed out a daily microfoliant from Dermalogica to make sure I'm keeping up with exfoliating. I also have from Dermalogica the Sound Sleep Cocoon. This is a really nice sleeping mask. From Fresh, I have the Soy Face Cleanser from Shiseido. This is an eye cream. I really like this at night. I think it's a really bomb eye cream. And then of course I have a little mini of the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I cannot travel without that. I did grab like a travel size of the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream for my body, so I'm excited to have that. For hair, I have little minis here from Briogeo. I have their Scalp Revival shampoo. I also have a blow dry protectant, and then also the Rosarco Milk leave-in spray. And I know I have some more. Yeah, I have also like a little package here that has some shampoo and conditioner in there too. So that's kind of like all I had for shampoo and conditioner. I think like Shannon will probably have some too if I really am in a pinch and need to borrow it. But I don't know how much I'll condition my hair. I might just shampoo it and then leave it dry crazy because why not? And then over on this side, I grabbed this out. I don't know if this will work great, but I'm gonna give it a try. It's like a waterless razor. So like you squeeze it and some gel will pop up and then you can run that on your legs and then shave. I don't know. We'll go ahead and try that. Hopefully it works out. I also grabbed like a little mini mouthwash. And then this is kind of like some of my more morning skincare, the Dermalogica Special Cleansing Gel. That's a favorite of mine. I grabbed out the Olay. This is the Total Effects Whip Moisturizer. This one is the one with the SPF. So if ever, like I use this in the summer a lot, but also if I'm doing any kind of traveling like this, I would definitely take this along because it has SPF. I didn't grab a couple other things from my bathroom. I have a separate SPF from my face. They're the Kula like sun drops or something like that. Obviously we have our regular sunscreen also, and I feel like there's maybe one other thing that I have upstairs that I'm gonna, those are a little bit more like they have like glass bottles with them and I'm a little bit more worried about them, so I'm also gonna put them in my little bag to take in the carry-on, so I don't have to worry about it breaking on the plane. I want to travel with my Drunk Elephant Seafoam Day Serum. I just really like that in my skincare. I do also have my morning eye gel. This is nice and depuffing and hydrating from Olay, the deep eye gels, and then like I said, my lip treatment is from Kopari. That's a favorite of mine. I use that one so often. So that is what is in my little skincare travel bag here. Hey guys, so today is Thursday, February 28th, and I realized that I started my vlog and kind of like focused around vacation and then never finished it off. So that's my bad, and I was like, oh no, what should I do? But I thought I could just come on quick and like try to close out this video. So I know I showed what I was packing, like makeup and skincare for my trip, and I still wanted to post that because so many people were asking questions about it. So I really still wanted to be able to post that, but then I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'll see you in the next clip, and then I didn't have any other clips. I knew that I wasn't going to like really vlog the Punta Cana trip. I wasn't planning on bringing my camera. But I was like, oh, maybe, you know, I could do like a couple videos here and there or something along those lines, and I really didn't. Honestly, I just kept putting my phone in the safe and not even bringing it with me. Most of the photos that I shared, like on social media and stuff, all came from my friend Matt's phone because he had like a waterproof thing on it. So he was the only one of the four of us that was bringing his phone and taking the photos and stuff, because otherwise all of us just pretty much left our phones. Like I unplugged from social media. You know, I still have my YouTube videos running. I did a couple like Instagram posts, and every once in a while I would share like an Instagram story and such. But I mean, I really like actually took a vacation and it was awesome. So I don't really have anything to like show you. I mean, I can put in some photos and stuff, but other than that, I don't really have anything to show from the vacation, and I'm okay with that. You know, it's not like it was a brand trip and I'm like trying to tell you about new products and stuff. It was a vacation to get out of this weather, and it was also to celebrate the four of our birthdays. Usually we do our trip around our actual birthdays, which my friend Shannon is the day before me and my husband's a few days after me. Her husband is like the week after us. If you guys are wondering what a Velcro vishla looks like, this is what one looks like. So usually we do it in March, but I think I mentioned like we just have a bunch going on and a friend's wedding the weekend after our birthdays and all of that. So we thought an international trip in February would be perfect, and we had so much fun. So we stayed at the Rio Republica. It was an adults only resort. That was one of our requirements. And it was really big. It was a very, very large resort, but we had a really good time. Really, we don't have a lot of complaints. We had good flights. We flew Delta both ways. We had no issues with flights, no delays, got through customs totally fine, baggage totally fine, etc. I mean, we just had no issues, checked in really easily. You know, our transportation was there and everything. We had purchased transportation before we left. Our transportation was ready and waiting, took us to the resort. We got checked in right away. We had a guide take us to our rooms, etc. We had no issues, and we really did like the resort. It was laid out really nicely. Like, there was something called like the party pool, which is where they started playing music early in the morning, and you know, it was just kind of more of like that party atmosphere. There was a quiet pool. There was like a Latin dance pool, and you could see everything like on the map, so we knew kind of like where to go. They had a bunch of different restaurants, maybe like 8 different restaurants. I will say the restaurants were a little bit confusing because it was just kind of confusing how they were set up and all that. And by the time we figured it out, it was our last night that we kind of figured out how things ran. So I wish we had kind of been a little bit more knowledgeable on that. We also missed one of the foam parties, which I was kind of bummed about. There was a foam pool party at our resort and we missed it. We had been off the resort that day on an excursion, so I don't know if maybe they had signs or something to let you know that that was happening, and maybe we just missed it because we were off the resort for so long. But we were just kind of walking around after a while and we saw this foam party. We're like, when does it end? They're like, in 10 minutes. We're like, oh shoot. So kind of bummed we missed that. There wasn't a lot to do at night, which was another thing that was, it's like a bummer in a certain way, but it also helped us go to bed earlier, I guess, which is not a bad thing, because then we just got up and went to the pool or to the beach. But there wasn't a ton to do at night, and Mitch and I have been to 2 different sandals. We did a sandals on our honeymoon and then the year after too, and they have a bunch of outdoor hot tubs. Just like walking around every couple feet is a hot tub. We would just sit at night in these hot tubs and just chat and make friends and all of that. So we kept walking around looking for the hot tubs and they didn't have any. That was a real big letdown for us. I'm not gonna lie, the 4 of us really like hot tubs. But they had like an entertainment at 9, and it was usually some sort of show for like an hour. But then after that, there really wasn't a whole lot to do. And again, like at Sandals, I think the entertainment was better because there was just like dances and just a lot of interactive stuff. They had like game shows, you know, and like, you know, people staying at the resort could come up and do these different shows. So I think the entertainment was a little bit better at a Sandals resort. That was kind of only the downfall. They did have a disco that opened up at 11 and went till like 2 a.m., which is just like the dance club. So that was fun, and we did that a couple nights too. So I'm glad that they had that, but not everybody wants to go with really loud music and dance. Like, you just kind of want something a little bit more chill, but like you're still kind of doing something, if that makes sense. They did have a pool table and an air hockey table, but you had to pay for it, and it was $3 to play a game of pool because we only played 1 game of pool. And that was kind of a bummer to me since it was an all-inclusive resort. I just would assume that you could also play a game of pool. So that was kind of weird. You also did definitely have to tip a lot at the Rio hotels. And again, we're used to a Sandals where they don't even accept tips. Like, if you try to tip someone, they say no because you're at an all-inclusive resort. And I think the thing that frustrated me at the Rio was that you had to tip. It wasn't like you got service and you could tip to be nice. You wouldn't get service if you didn't have money in your hand. And that part was a little frustrating because, again, you know, we're walking down to the pool with really nothing on us besides like our key card or whatever for our rooms. We're not trying to walk down with a wallet and with a bunch of 1s and 5s and things like that. So we kind of learned that the first day at the pool, that no one's gonna help you unless you bring money. So that was kind of frustrating too, because we ended up spending like more money than we thought we would down there because we just wanted to get service, whether it be sitting you at the restaurants, you know, serving you at the restaurants, giving you drinks by the pool, whatever it may be, you had to tip. And that was a little bit frustrating because it does say on the Rio website that in your all-inclusive package, tips are included in that. You're not supposed to have to then tip on top of it. But that was probably like my biggest negative, I would say, because we were pretty like flustered the first day when we were like, why can we not get a drink? Like, why are we being ignored? This is really frustrating. So that was probably the biggest thing. We did though go to, so the Rio has a bunch of different resorts in that area, and when we checked in, the guy who was taking our bags with us, he did say on Friday there's a pink party at another resort. They'll shuttle you there for free, and you know, it's still like all-inclusive over there, drinks, and there's like a snack bar, but he said it's really fun foam party. And we did that, and I'm so glad we did, because it was a lot of fun. It was very kind of like a spring break atmosphere, which we're all in our 30s now, but we had a lot of fun with it. There was a dance pool with foam, and there was another pool higher up where you could kind of watch everything, but there was a DJ and dancers and like stilt walkers and balloons, and that was really fun. So I'm glad that we knew about that. And I think the Rio does these different parties, because it was like Monday was the white party, and Wednesday was a jungle party, and Friday was the pink party. So they have these different parties and stuff throughout the day for the guests, or throughout the week through the guests. And I would definitely recommend, if you're going to Rio, to check those out if that's kind of like your thing. I would definitely check those out, because that was a lot of fun. I'm really glad we did that, and we met some fun people there too. So yeah, I had mentioned on my Instagram stories if people would want kind of like a mini recap of the trip and like where we stayed and how it worked and kind of like the pros and cons. So I don't know if maybe what would find that helpful. If anyone has stayed at a Rio, I would love to hear like in the comments kind of your experience. Overall, we had a really good experience. I would go back to another Rio, but I actually would prefer sandals first. I know that sandals are more expensive, so that's kind of a downfall. If it was just me and Mitch going again, I think that we would go to a sandals. And then if we were traveling with friends, we would maybe consider a Rio, because it is a little bit more affordable and kind of just more, like our resort was more of like a, not like party atmosphere, but you know, sandals to me is more focused on like couples and like romance and things like that. That's why we chose it for our honeymoon. And then this one was just a little bit more like chill, relaxed, hang out and get some drinks by the pool kind of thing. But overall, we did have a really good time. And then even on the way back, we had a great experience. We had our transportation set up right there at the hotel. No issues on the way back. Everything was so super smooth, which I'm super grateful for. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did do an excursion one day. We paid a little bit of extra money. It was outside the all-inclusive, but we took like a bus an hour away. We did like a boat tour. We got to go in the Caribbean. That was really cool. We had like lunch on the beach, and we got to just hang out for a while. That was really awesome. We got to go to like a little store on the way back and buy like a couple of souvenirs and things. And I was really glad that we did that, because I like being able to see, like, it's really interesting to me to see like the gas stations in another country, the billboards, you know, just things like that. Like, that's really interesting to me, the different shops and stores that are around. I think that's really cool to see. So especially like on the way back, because on the way there it was 7 in the morning. On the way back it was 5 o'clock, but I was like this out the window the whole time, like just trying to take everything in and look at everything. And I thought that part was really cool. So I'm glad that we did that also. And yeah, we had a really fun time. The weather was great. We had a great 6 days to just relax and soak up the sun, and my sunburn is still peeling, and that's really cute. But it was great. So yeah, we had a really fun time. I will say that I pretty much wore no makeup. Like, it's gonna be funny when I play this video back and I'm watching all of the makeup I chose, because I really didn't wear anything. You know, I would do my skincare morning and night. I did my skincare every single night, but my skincare in the morning, and then I just was putting my sunscreen on. And then at night, you know, usually I'd like shower, and then when we were going to dinner or doing whatever it is that we were gonna do, I put on some of my like Charlotte's Tilbury primer, a little bit of my Urban Decay concealer. I didn't even powder it, just put a little bit of concealer on my under eyes. That was it. I did no eyeshadow. I did a little bit of eyeliner, little bit of mascara sometimes. My NARS lip balm. I did not wear any of my lipsticks. One night I lined my lips. That night that we were going to like our nicer dinner, I lined my lips, and I also put the NARS Afterglow on. No highlight, no blush, no bronzer. No foundation. I did not wear foundation. I didn't even wear like the CC cream that I grabbed out, the Erborian one I think it was. It was just the primer and concealer, and that was it. I really did not wear any makeup, and I quite enjoyed myself. But it was just, I never knew what we were gonna do. Are we gonna do something in the water again? Like, I don't want to get all ready and then, you know, be in the water and such. So I really took a week off, man. It was great. I had so much fun. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of funny to watch that part back, because it's like, nope, didn't wear that, didn't wear that, didn't wear that, didn't wear that. Meh, what do you do? It's vacation. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. But I did want to come back and just be able to finish off the vlog. And I realized that it's been so many days, but I mentioned in whatever, try to get ready with me, I can link it, that we did buy a home. We also sold our home. We've had so much going on with that, so that's been crazy. We had a death in the family. Mitch's grandmother passed away, so we've been gone for a couple days, you know, with all of that, and so that mixed in with house stuff, everything has just been crazy. It's been nonstop. We were actually on our trip, our very last night, trying to figure out house stuff. I say the whole story in that get ready with me, but it's been like nonstop since we got back. Today has been the first day, and like I said, today's Thursday the 28th. Today's the first day that I felt like I could take a breath. Today was the first day where I felt like I could even just sit down and like play with makeup for a while. It's just been like nonstop. So but yeah, I wanted to finish this off. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I packed for my trip, and maybe if I put in a few photos from here. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end this video. I hope that you found it enjoyable or helpful or entertaining or something in some way. But leave me some comments down below, of course, and if you guys did enjoy this one, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.